Have you ever experienced God's deliverance in the midst of overwhelming adversity? Psalm 9 offers a profound reminder that our God is both a righteous judge and a faithful protector. Today, we'll discover how David's praises can fuel our own faith, even when facing challenges that seem insurmountable. Psalm 9 is a song of praise, written by David, acknowledging God's justice and faithfulness. In this psalm, David celebrates God's deliverance, his righteous judgment against wickedness, and his compassion for the oppressed. It's a psalm of confidence and hope, encouraging us to trust God's sovereignty, even when life feels chaotic. David begins with gratitude. "I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will recount all of your wonderful deeds." Psalm 9:1. This sets the tone of gratitude and remembrance throughout the psalm. Psalm 9 begins with David's praise for God's righteous judgments. David reminds us that God is not indifferent to evil. He acts against it. When injustice overwhelms you, remember that God sees it all and is committed to setting things right. This truth should bring us comfort, knowing that God's timing is perfect. If you are facing a situation that seems unfair, bring it before God. He is a just judge who sees and cares deeply about what you're going through. Trust in His righteous nature, and let it be your anchor in turbulent times. David proclaims in Psalm 9, "The Lord is a stronghold for the oppressed, a stronghold in times of trouble." God is not only aware of our struggles, but He actively becomes a place of safety for those who suffer. He is not distant or uninvolved. He is right there, waiting for us to run to Him. Think of moments when you felt crushed by life's burdens. In those moments, did you sense God's presence? If not, remember that He still offers Himself as a refuge, waiting for you to cry out and lean on Him. Embrace His sheltering presence. In verse 12, David declares, "He does not forget the cry of the afflicted." We sometimes wonder if God has forgotten us in our pain, but this verse assures us that God not only hears us, but He remembers us, every tear, every cry. This is a reminder that no prayer goes unheard, no tear goes unnoticed. Let this strengthen your resolve to keep praying, even when answers seem delayed. Trust in His unfailing memory, and know that He is working behind the scenes for your good. David recounts victories over his enemies, celebrating God's deliverance. While we may not face physical enemies like David did, we often battle fear, doubt, anxiety, or discouragement. Psalm 9 teaches us to declare God's past faithfulness as a weapon against present struggles. Make it a habit to recount God's past victories in your life. Whether it was a healed relationship, a financial breakthrough, or even a sense of inner peace in turmoil, these are reminders that God can and will deliver you again. Let these victories fuel your faith today. Psalm 9 calls us to not only trust God, but to actively praise Him and declare His works. David says, "Sing praises to the Lord, who sits enthroned in Zion." Psalm 9:11. Our response to God's faithfulness should be to share His goodness with others, whether through our testimony, acts of kindness, or simply speaking His word. Who can you encourage today with your testimony of God's faithfulness? Don't keep your story to yourself. Let it be a beacon of hope for someone else. Share His love and light. As we reflect on Psalm 9, let it strengthen our faith that God is both our righteous judge and faithful refuge. Even in the midst of trials, He is present and active. Let's take a moment today to thank Him wholeheartedly for His goodness and to trust His timing as He works in our lives.